Hello there, sleepy friend, and welcome back to the Sleepy Science Channel. Tonight, we return to the quiet, ancient world beneath our feet, a world written not in words, but in stone, a world shaped by fire, cooled by oceans, carved by wind, and carried forward by time itself. As you settle into your pillow and let your body rest, we drift once again through the story of geology, but this time, we take a deeper breath, slow our thoughts, and sink gently into the oldest memories of Earth. Imagine the planet before names, before maps, before even the simplest creatures stirred in the sea. Imagine a silent sphere glowing with molten light, wrapped in a thin crust like delicate skin. Mountains rose and vanished. Oceans formed and disappeared. Continents wandered slowly, silently, as if carried by invisible tides. Tonight, you are floating through that world untouched, quiet, ancient. Let your shoulders loosen. Let your mind unwind. Let the slow rhythm of the earth match the rhythm of your breath. Earth's crust, the entire solid world beneath your feet, is far thinner than most imagine. If our planet were the size of a smooth, round apple, the crust would be no thicker than the apple's skin. Everything we build, everything we see, every forest, every city, all of it, rests upon a delicate surface only a few dozen kilometers deep. Beneath the continents lies a mantle that flows like slow honey, carrying plates the way the sea carries drifting ice. The crust is not rigid and still. It floats, it bends, it drifts, it breathes. Deep below, granite once moved like rivers of glowing fire. Hard, speckled stone that now forms mountains and valleys began its story as molten heat glowing in darkness. Over millions of years, that liquid fire cooled into crystals, quartz, feldspar, mica, each grain freezing a moment of ancient glow. When you run your fingers across a piece of granite, you are touching cooled starlight, still shimmering faintly in the patience of stone. Diamonds tell a similar tale, born from pure carbon, crushed under pressures so intense they seem unreal. Some form slowly over billions of years, and some can form in an instant, rearranging their structure in a single burst of unimaginable force. Whatever their journey, they rise through narrow volcanic pipes, carrying with them a story from the deep mantle, a story of heat, darkness, and transformation. Mountains rise faster than your fingernails grow. Oceans drift apart at the pace your hair grows each month. What seems eternal in human time is only a moment in the planet's lifespan. This world is never still, not for a second. So, for now, simply breathe. Let the quiet truth of these ancient forces carry your thoughts gently into stillness. The earth is old, patient, and ever-changing, and tonight it invites you to rest in its slow, calming rhythm. As you settle deeper into rest, imagine the earth not as a planet of chaos, but as a world of slow, quiet motion, a place where every change, no matter how dramatic, unfolds at a pace too patient for human eyes. Beneath you, continents drift like sleepy rafts, riding on a mantle that moves with the softness of warm wax. This movement is so gentle, so impossibly slow, that you could sit in the same spot for 1,000 lifetimes and never feel it. Yet it continues, always shaping landscapes, building mountains, and rewriting the map of the world grain by grain. The continents you know, Africa, Asia, the Americas, Europe, Antarctica, Australia, are not fixed pieces. They are travelers. They belong to a journey millions of years long. The Atlantic Ocean grows wider each year as the ocean floor beneath it spreads apart, while the Pacific Ocean shrinks just as quietly. These shifts are measured in centimeters, but over ages, they redraw coastlines, split islands, and fuse entire landmasses into one. And yet beneath this vast drifting, the ground itself is constantly being recycled. Plates collide, separate, and dive into the mantle, melting down and rising again as new crust. Nothing on Earth's surface is truly permanent. Even the oldest mountains were once molten fire, and one day they will be worn down to sand and dust. Every cliff, every plain, every valley is temporary, a sculpture shaped by wind, rain, and the slow movement of rock. The Himalayas, for example, are still rising right now, lifted by the gentle but unstoppable collision of tectonic plates. If you could watch them in time-lapse, sped up thousands of times, you would see them breathe, rising and falling like a chest, taking a slow inhale and exhale. Every millimeter they climb is a whisper of deep pressure, a reminder that mountains are alive with motion even as they stand silent and still. Beneath the oceans, something remarkable unfolds. New crust forms at mid-ocean ridges where molten rock pushes upward, cools, and spreads. Like conveyor belts made of stone, the seafloor moves outward in both directions. The ocean floor is young, far younger than the continents, because it is constantly replaced. As older seafloor slides into deep trenches and sinks back into the mantle, new crust emerges to take its place. The entire ocean bottom is renewed every couple 100 million years, a blink in geological time. Hidden within these oceans lie patterns, magnetic stripes etched into basalt, created each time the Earth's magnetic field flips. These stripes, alternating like a barcode, are a perfect record of the planet's invisible heartbeat. They reveal the rhythm of magnetic reversals and the slow, steady spreading of seafloor across millions of years. Even volcanic rock holds memories. Lava, once cooled, traps tiny particles of iron that align with Earth's magnetic field. Inside each rock lies a frozen compass, a memory of the direction the planet once pointed. Together, these rocks create a geological diary written in magnetism and time. The Earth is full of such whispers, silent clues, stone memories. As your breathing slows, imagine the planet gently holding you above these ancient processes. The world below is constant in its motion, yet peaceful, patient, timeless. Let that rhythm lull you deeper into calm. As you drift deeper into relaxation, imagine sinking down through the crust knot, falling quickly but gently descending, as though carried by warm currents of time. Beneath forests, beneath cities, beneath oceans and plains, there lies a world shaped by fire, quiet now, but filled with the memory of ancient heat. Every volcano you've ever seen, every distant mountain peak, is only the surface expression of something larger hidden below. Deep inside the earth, vast chambers of molten rock rest in darkness, shimmering like slow-moving stars beneath solid ground. These magma chambers are the beating hearts of volcanoes, reservoirs of heat and pressure that sleep for centuries or awaken in a single, powerful moment. Some eruptions burst upward with explosive force, reshaping entire landscapes within minutes. Others are patient, flowing like glowing rivers for hundreds of thousands of years. The earth does not rush. Even its most dramatic acts unfold with a kind of ancient purpose. In places like the Deccan Traps of India or the Siberian Traps of Russia, entire regions were once drowned in endless seas of lava, layers of molten rock spreading outward for as far as the horizon, week after week, year after year, century after century. When these lava floods finally cooled, they left behind thick blankets of basalt, stacked like pages of a book written in molten fire. Today, They stand as silent reminders of eruptions so vast they altered climate, ecosystems, and the very direction of life on Earth. Most of the ocean floor you've never seen is made of basalt, dark, dense, heavy rock born from molten material rising at mid-ocean ridges. If you could walk the seafloor, every step would land on cooled magma, a solid memory of fire resting beneath endless water. And beneath those oceans, strange and beautiful formations await. When lava erupts underwater, it cools so quickly that its outer surface hardens instantly, while molten rock continues to push outward from within. The result, rounded, bulb-like shapes called pillow lava, geological balloons frozen in mid-motion. When explorers find these shapes on land, they know that the ground beneath them was once part of the deep sea, wrapped in cold darkness. Not far from these volcanic creations lies obsidian, volcanic glass, formed when lava cools so rapidly that it never has time to form crystals. Smooth, dark, and sharp enough to slice with the precision of ancient tools, obsidian is a moment of fire caught in perfect stillness. Its glossy surface is a mirror of the eruption that created it, a flash of molten heat preserved forever in delicate stone. And then there are the tiny bubbles, trapped in volcanic rock. Scientists sometimes find microscopic pockets of ancient air, tiny whispers of the atmosphere as it once was. These bubbles hold traces of vanished skies, sealed away inside stone for millions of years. By studying them, we learn what the air once contained, how the climate shifted, and how life slowly reshaped the world. Imagine holding such a rock, a piece of cooled fire containing light from ancient magma, trapping air from forgotten ages, carrying stories of oceans, mountains, and storms long disappeared. The Earth is not just a planet, it is a library. Each rock is a page, each grain is a memory. Now let your breath soften once more. The deeper we travel, the quieter the planet becomes, and the quieter your thoughts can become with it. As we continue drifting downward through Earth's story, imagine entering a world where mountains rise beneath oceans, hidden from the sun, yet larger than anything seen on land. Far below the waves, stretching for tens of thousands of kilometers, lies the mid-ocean ridge system, the longest mountain chain on the planet. Taller than Everest from base to crest, yet unseen, untouched, wrapped in perpetual darkness. These underwater giants grow grain by grain as molten rock emerges from deep within the mantle, cools, and stacks itself into jagged peaks and valleys. There is no sunlight here, no sound, but the slow crackling of forming stone, no movement, except the planet's patient breathing. And in the deepest shadows of the ocean, deeper even than those submerged mountains, lies a place so profound that it surpasses the heights of the skies. The Mariana Trench, where the ocean floor sinks nearly 7 miles beneath the surface. If you placed Mount Everest inside it, the peak would vanish more than a mile underwater. Down there, the pressure is unimaginable, enough to crush steel like soft clay, yet somehow life still endures. Tiny glowing organisms drift through the blackness, pulsing with faint light like stars, trapped underwater. This trench marks a subduction zone where one tectonic plate slips beneath another, sinking back into the mantle. It is a gateway between Earth's surface and its depths, a reminder that the crust is never still, always moving, always changing. But even where the ground seems solid and calm, the planet continues its quiet motion. Thousands of tiny earthquakes ripple through the crust every day, too small to feel, yet powerful enough to reveal how dynamic our world truly is. Scientists call them microearthquakes, a constant hum beneath our feet. They trace the edges of faults, map hidden magma chambers, and show where pressure is building. The Earth speaks through these tiny tremors, whispering its restless heartbeat into the instruments that listen. Sometimes, though the planet's whisper becomes a shout, during powerful earthquakes, landscapes can shift in an instant. Entire rivers have been known to reverse their flow, pushed backward as the land beneath them lifts or tilts. In the early 1800, during the New Madrid earthquakes in North America, sections of the Mississippi River briefly ran upstream, a moment when the deep forces of Earth overcame the steady pull of gravity. Not all faults announce themselves with such drama. Some creep silently, sliding millimeter by millimeter without a sound. These creeping faults slowly relieve pressure in ways invisible to anyone above, yet they reshape the land as surely as larger quakes. Even in perfect stillness, the ground is adjusting, settling, shifting as the mantle moves beneath it. And below all this, deeper still, lies the inner engine of the Earth, a core hotter than the surface of the sun, glowing with heat left over from the planet's birth. Pressure so intense that iron becomes solid at the very center, while the outer core churns in liquid motion. This slow metallic flow generates Earth's magnetic field, an invisible shield that stretches far into space, protecting life from cosmic radiation. It is a silent guardian, born from molten iron turning slowly in the dark. Scientists believe that even water, entire oceans worth, may be trapped deep inside the mantle, locked inside minerals under crushing pressure. Hidden seas beneath the crust, cycling in and out over millions of years, helping to shape the very existence of the oceans above. This is the deep Earth, a world of fire, pressure, and quiet cycles, a world you never see, yet one that supports every breath you take. Let your own breath soften now. Let your mind drift like a quiet continent over a glowing sea of stone. The planet is ancient, patient, and peaceful, and tonight it holds you gently in its rhythm. As we drift onward through the hidden layers of the planet, imagine the Earth opening into places few humans have ever seen, chambers carved not by fire or ocean, but by time itself. Deep beneath deserts, mountains, and forests lie cathedrals of crystal, silent and shimmering in darkness. In northern Mexico, far below the surface, lies one of the most breathtaking wonders our world has ever grown, the Cave of the Crystals. Here, enormous gypsum blades, some longer than a bus, some thicker than tree trunks, stretch through the humid darkness like frozen rays of moonlight. Each one grew in perfect stillness, suspended in mineral-rich water, warmed by the Earth's heat. For hundreds of thousands of years, molecules gathered in quiet patience, arranging themselves into translucent pillars that glow softly when touched by light. Walking inside feels like stepping into another universal world where time moves slowly, where even crystals breathe ancient rhythms, where the silence is so deep it seems alive. Not far from such places, the Earth builds structures that rise upward from below in surprising ways. Salt domes, for example, begin as simple layers of salt buried beneath heavier rock. But over millions of years, even solid salt behaves like a thick fluid. It rises, flowing upward through layers of stone, bending and breaking rock as it moves. From the surface, these domes appear as gentle hills, but beneath them lie towering columns of salt pushing upward like slow-motion geysers. They are reminders that even materials we think of as solid can move gracefully under the right conditions. And then there is petrified wood, not stone shaped to look like a tree, but a real tree transformed into quartz molecule by molecule. When ancient forests were buried by ash or sediment, groundwater seeping through the remains replaced each tiny cell of wood with minerals. Over thousands of years, rings, bark, knots, and fibers were preserved with astonishing detail until the tree was no longer wood at all but crystal. To hold a piece of petrified wood is to hold the memory of a living forest turned to stone without losing a single detail of its life. Coal tells yet another tale of transformation. Long before human history, vast, swampy forests thrived in warm, humid climates. When these forests died, their trunks and leaves sank into oxygen-poor wetlands. Time pressed them down, pressure changed them, and over millions of years, they became coal, solid, dark, and dense with the sunlight those plants once captured from an ancient sky. Every piece of coal is a time capsule from a world of vanished trees, storing the energy of light that shone through prehistoric canopies. Oil traces an even older story, not forests, but the remains of microscopic life drifting in ancient seas. When tiny plankton-rich sediments were buried under mud, heat and pressure transformed them into liquid hydrocarbons. What rises through wells and pipelines today once floated freely through oceans that existed long before dinosaurs walked the land. Even the grains of sand beneath your feet carry stories. Each tiny particle was once part of something vast, a mountain, a cliff, a volcanic plain. Over ages, those giants crumbled grain by grain, carried by rivers and wind to beaches and deserts. Under a microscope, sand reveals its past, quartz from continents, shards of volcanic glass from eruptions long gone, tiny fragments polished by the endless dance of waves. Some sands even sing. In a handful of deserts around the world, dunes hum with deep, resonant tones as they shift, a sound like distant thunder or the low note of a cello. Scientists believe perfectly smooth, evenly sized grains sliding in harmony create this natural music. Travelers once believed the dunes were speaking, whispering, or calling out to the night, and in a way they were. Nature does not need a voice to tell its secrets. Sometimes it sings them. Let your thoughts drift now, like those grains, gently, effortlessly. The stories of the earth are patient. They flow softly, like whispers carried on a warm desert wind. As your breath grows slower and your mind grows quieter, imagine standing on a beach where every grain beneath your feet holds a story written across millions of years. Some beaches glow with white powdered shells. Others gleam with pink coral fragments or shimmer with volcanic black sand. Each color, each sparkle is a memory, a whisper of the forces that shaped it. Along certain coastlines, entire beaches are made not of stone at all, but of tiny broken shells. Foraminifera, mollusks, corals, their delicate remains wash ashore in countless pieces so fine they feel like silk under your steps. These beaches are soft reminders that life builds landscapes just as gently as wind and water do. With every wave, pieces of ancient ocean life rise from the depths and return to the sunlit world. Other shores glow with vibrant hues. Black sands form when molten lava meets cold seawater and shatters instantly into tiny fragments of volcanic glass. Green sands appear where olivine crystals, dense and born from deep within the mantle, are left behind as lighter grains wash away. Pink sands shimmer with crushed coral, mixing soft whites and warm reds into sunlit pastels. And red sands carry the rusty tones of iron-rich bedrock, weathered slowly by time. Walking these shores is like wandering through Earth's palette, each color a brushstroke from fire, life, and patience. But sand is only the beginning of the planet's artistry. Far from beaches, in the halls of frozen mountains, glaciers move with a strength both immense and gentle. Though they look still and silent, glaciers flow like slow rivers of ice. Under the weight of snow piled over centuries, the ice compresses, thickens, and begins to move. It grinds against mountainsides, carving wide, U-shaped valleys, polishing stones, shaping cliffs, and dragging boulders across the landscape with effortless force. Some glaciers move so steadily that you could feel their shift within a single afternoon. Others glide almost imperceptibly, millimeter by millimeter, carrying with them dust, rock, and the memory of ancient winters. Under pressure, glacial ice behaves like honey, bending and flowing, even though it is cold and solid. In this way, glaciers sculpt continents the same way rivers carve canyons, patiently, gracefully, persistently. And beneath these icy giants, a strange and beautiful world exists. Moraines, kettle lakes, glacial erratic siege, won a signature left behind as ice retreats. A boulder resting alone in a field might have traveled hundreds of kilometers, carried by a glacier that vanished thousands of years ago. Smooth granite domes, shining cliffs, deep fjords, all are shaped by the slow, deliberate movement of frozen rivers. Ice holds memories too. In its layers, scientists find records of ancient atmosphere, tiny bubbles of trapped air that reveal what the world was like hundreds of thousands of years ago. Snow that fell during forgotten winters is preserved in thin, delicate sheets of ice, like pages in the world's oldest diary. Even raindrops can leave their mark on stone. Sometimes, in the soft mud of ancient landscapes, raindrops left tiny impressions, small dimples that were quickly buried and preserved. Millions of years later, those raindrop fossils reveal a moment of weather on a day long vanished. A single storm, a single passing cloud, frozen in time. And beneath all this, even fossils of creatures themselves are far more detailed than once imagined. Under rare conditions, soft tissues, feathers, skin, even traces of color leave impressions so delicate they reveal patterns ancient eyes once saw. Sometimes, pigment structures are preserved well enough for scientists to infer the original colors of dinosaurs and early birds. Stone becomes a mirror, reflecting life from ages before the first humans gazed at the sky. As you breathe gently, let these images drift through your mind, glaciers flowing like slow light, sand singing in the wind, ancient raindrops tapping softly on mud that turned to stone. The earth holds every moment, every memory in ways human time can barely comprehend. As the night deepens and your thoughts soften, imagine now the landscapes shaped by water, the quiet, persistent sculptor of the earth. Water moves gently, yet over time it can carve canyons deeper than mountains are tall, polished stones until they shine and carry minerals across continents. It flows, evaporates, returns as rain, and begins the journey again, endlessly cycling through sky, river, ocean, and earth. Picture a single raindrop leaving a cloud. It falls through cool air, touches a leaf, and begins a story thousands of years long. One drop may sink into soil and disappear underground, moving through tiny spaces between grains of sand. Another may join a stream, flowing smoothly over polished pebbles. Another may find itself part of a river powerful enough to shape entire valleys. Rivers carve with patience. The Grand Canyon, vast, colorful, layered like the pages of an ancient book, began as a simple stream trickling across a flat plain. For millions of years, that stream became a river. That river became a chasm. and that chasm became one of the greatest geological wonders on Earth. Each layer of rock exposed in its walls is a chapter. Oceans rising and falling, deserts shifting, mountains forming, forests growing and vanishing. Standing on its edge, you are looking at 2 billion years of Earth's memory, carved by nothing more than water and time. But even the gentlest streams hold mysteries. When water moves over rocks made of different minerals, it shapes them into smooth, rounded forms known as potholes, small circular basins that seem almost too perfect to be natural. They form as swirling currents grind pebbles in place, polishing the rock into graceful, bowl-shaped hollows. Water also builds in caves where droplets fall from the ceiling for thousands of years. Minerals slowly accumulate into delicate formations. Thin soda straw stalactites, rippled flowstones, shimmering drapery that hangs like folded silk. Some caves even contain moonmilk, a soft, creamy mineral deposit that feels almost alive when touched. It forms in cool, damp air from minerals, precipitating so slowly that the material remains soft and clay-like. And then there are the springs, places where Earth breathes. Hot springs rise from deep underground, heated by magma or the warm mantle. In some regions, these springs create terraces of colorful mineral deposits, layer upon layer. Each terrace edge marks where water once cooled, leaving behind dissolved minerals that build up into steps. The blues, greens, and yellows of these springs come from microscopic organisms that thrive in temperatures that would be unbearable for humans. Some springs erupt, geysers, powered by pressure trapped underground, send boiling water skyward in spectacular bursts. The rhythm of a geyser is surprisingly predictable, controlled by the heat of the Earth and the shape of its underground chambers. Each eruption is a breath, a release of tension, followed by silence. But water's sculpting power is not only visible in plains and valleys, it also shapes the very air around us. Moisture rising into the sky becomes clouds, drifting silently through the atmosphere. Some clouds form over mountains, stretching like soft, white blankets. Others tower upward into colossal shapes, casting shadows across entire landscapes. When these clouds release their weight, rain falls, nourishing forests and feeding rivers that continue the cycle. Even snow, soft, delicate, weightless, transforms landscapes. A single snowflake forms when water vapor freezes around a tiny particle in the air. No two snowflakes are exactly alike, yet each one grows through the same quiet geometry, building tiny crystalline branches that spread with breathtaking symmetry. When billions of snowflakes fall together, they create blankets of white that reshape valleys, mountains, and forests into soft, silent worlds. Water teaches us something profound, that gentle things, given time, can reshape the entire Earth, that small actions, repeated endlessly, create deep change. Let that thought settle within you. Let it soften your breathing and quiet your mind, the way water smooths stone. As we continue drifting through Earth's quiet wonders, imagine looking closer than the eye alone can see, until the world beneath your feet transforms into a landscape of tiny, intricate structures. Minerals, crystals, and microscopic formations hold entire universes within them, each shaped by calm, patient forces working slowly beneath the surface. Every crystal begins with a single molecule settling into place, then another and another, until entire structures grow with perfect symmetry. Quartz, amethyst, calcite, fluorite, each one forms according to its own internal blueprint, creating shapes so orderly they seem designed by an artist, yet no human planned them. They grew in silence, guided only by temperature, pressure, and time. Some crystals grow inside hollow chambers called geodes, sealed worlds hidden inside ordinary-looking rocks. From the outside, a geode is rough, gray, unremarkable, but inside, crystals sparkle like stars captured in stone. They form when mineral-rich water seeps into an empty space and evaporates slowly, leaving behind millions of tiny deposits that build into glittering points. Holding a geode is like holding a secret one the earth kept hidden for millions of years. Other formations grow in branching patterns resembling frost, trees, or lightning. These are dendrites, created when manganese or iron spreads across rock surfaces in thin, branching veins. Though they look like plants or fossilized ferns, they are purely mineral nature's fractal art, etched into stone. Sometimes, minerals grow in bubbles and swirls, forming strange shapes like botryoidal grapes or smooth, rounded layers known as agates. Agates are built in bands, one ring at a time, each a record of slight changes in chemistry as minerals crystallized. Their patterns, waves, eyes, plumes are as unique as fingerprints. No two are ever the same. Each one is a meditation on patience, formed in darkness over immense stretches of time, and deep within the earth, where heat and pressure reach unimaginable extremes, entirely different minerals emerge. Garnet, kyanite, topaz, each reveals the story of the environment it grew in. Some gemstones form so deep underground that they are carried upward only during violent eruptions or through tectonic uplift. A sapphire or ruby you hold today may have formed under mountains long since eroded away in a world that no longer exists. Even metals hold secret histories. Native gold often appears in delicate leaf-like patterns, so thin and intricate they resemble tiny maps. Silver grows in branching filaments, curling like wire. Copper forms twisting ribbons and abstract shapes that look like something crafted by human hands. Yet all of them formed naturally, emerging spontaneously from chemical reactions in the silent dark. The earth creates beauty without witnesses, without sound, without intention, simply because that is what the laws of nature guide it toward. Zooming in even further, certain minerals fluoresce under ultraviolet light, glowing with brilliant greens, blues, and oranges. This glow is not magic, it's the result of electrons shifting to higher energy states and releasing light as they return. In caves, abandoned mines, and mineral pockets, these stones shine with colors that seem unearthly, like fragments of an aurora hidden underground. Some minerals are so rare they've been found only once or twice, discovered in tiny pockets within the earth. Others are so abundant they make up most of the crust. Silicon and oxygen, the building blocks of quartz, form the majority of the minerals on the planet. Yet even the simplest grains of quartz sparkle with inner clarity, reflecting light like frozen drops of rain. Think of this: even the smallest piece of stone carries a long journey within it. Pressure, temperature, chemistry, water, time, each leaves its mark. When you hold a pebble, you are holding millions of years of Earth's quiet work. Let that thought sink into your breathing. Let the stillness of crystals, the patience of minerals, calm your mind like cool mountain air drifting through an open window. As your thoughts continue to soften and your breath becomes calm and steady, imagine now the landscapes shaped by forces far older and more powerful than water, wind, or ice. Forces that begin deep within the earth, where molten rock churns in slow, hypnotic cycles. Forces that rise, cool, and eventually form mountains, those ancient guardians standing against the sky. Mountains are often thought of as permanent, immovable giants, but in truth, they are among the most dynamic features on the planet. They grow, crumble, shift, and decay over millions of years. Every peak, no matter how sharp or towering, is a moment caught in the long pulse of geology. Imagine the formation of the Himalayas. Millions of years ago, the landmass that is now India drifted northward across the ocean, moving at the speed your fingernails grow. When it finally collided with Asia, the impact didn't happen in a sudden crash. It was more like two slow-moving rafts pressing together. Yet the pressure was immense. Rock buckled upward, layers folded like soft fabric, entire slabs of crust stacked on top of each other. And over ages, these motions lifted the highest mountain range on Earth, a range still rising even now. Inside these mountains, rocks carry records of their own transformations. Under heat and pressure, minerals rearrange themselves, forming metamorphic rocks with new textures, new crystals, new stories. Slate forms from shale, its layers so perfectly aligned that it splits cleanly. Schist sparkles, with mica reflecting light in thin, shimmering sheets. Gneiss reveals bands of dark and light minerals folded like ribbons, shaped by unimaginable forces deep underground. Some mountains were once volcanoes, towering cones of lava and ash that erupted, collapsed, grew again, and slowly eroded away. Over time, only their cores remain, solidified magma chambers known as plutons, exposed by the removal of softer rock around them. These ancient volcanic hearts stand quietly now, their fiery past long forgotten. And yet, even as mountains form, they begin to crumble. Weather, frost, wind, and water break them down grain by grain. Peaks become ridges. Ridges soften into hills. Hills eventually fade into plains. The tallest mountain you see today may one day be nothing more than a gentle rise in the land. Its once mighty summit, scattered as sand across distant rivers and coastlines. But Earth also builds mountains in quieter, subtler ways. Sometimes layers of sediment, sand, mud, shells accumulate over millions of years, compacting into rock thousands of meters thick. Later, gentle uplift can raise these layers into broad plateaus. With time, rivers carve through them, creating deep canyons, mesas, and towering cliffs. The Grand Canyon's colorful walls are formed from exactly such layers, each one a different environment, a different world. Ancient seas, shallow tropical waters, wind-blown dunes, forests, swamps, all compressed into stone and lifted skyward. Even the flat plains we walk on hold secrets of vanished mountains. Quartz grains in beach sand may have once been part of a peak that stood taller than any mountain today. It took millions of years for wind and water to carry those grains across the land, polishing them until they became smooth, translucent crystals glimmering beneath your feet. And far beneath all of this, continents themselves behave almost like waves. They rise when heated from below, fall when cooled, ripple upward when burdened by glaciers, and rebound when the ice melts. Some regions still rise today because weight from ancient ice sheets disappeared thousands of years ago. The ground beneath cities and forests is lifting millimeter by millimeter, like Earth taking a slow, deep breath after a long winter. As you imagine these immense forces shaping mountains and continents, let your thoughts drift upward to the quiet skies above them. There, peaks catch the first and last light of the day. Shadows stretch across valleys. Snow caps glow gently beneath moonlight. Each mountain becomes a silhouette, silent, calm, eternal in appearance, though always changing. Think of the patience behind every ridge, every cliff, every stone beneath your feet. Think of how softly the earth shapes even its greatest wonders. Let that patience echo in your breathing. Let it guide you deeper into rest. As you drift further into stillness, imagine now that the earth is not only shaped by the forces you can see: mountains, oceans, deserts, ice, but also by forces hidden deep within the planet's memory. These forces do not sculpt landscapes directly. Instead, they guide the long, slow rhythms of Earth's cycles that shape climates, life, and the face of the world across millions of years. Begin with the quiet turning of the planet itself. Earth wobbles gently as it spins an almost imperceptible motion called precession. This slow wobble takes about 26,000 years to complete, like a spinning top making one long, graceful circle. As it moves, it shifts the orientation of Earth's axis, causing subtle changes in the distribution of sunlight over time. These changes can strengthen or weaken the seasons, tilting the balance between warm periods and glacial ages. Now imagine Earth's orbit slowly stretching and relaxing. For tens of thousands of years, the shape of our orbit cycles between more circular and more elliptical. When the orbit stretches, the difference between the closest and farthest points from the sun becomes greater. These changes, called eccentricity cycles, help guide the rhythm of ice ages, steering the advance and retreat of massive glaciers. And even the tilt of Earth's axis is not constant. It leans slightly more or slightly less over a 41,000-year cycle. A greater tilt brings warmer summers and colder winters. A lesser tilt creates milder seasons. These slight adjustments, barely noticeable from year to year, shape long-term climates in profound ways. They determine where monsoons fall, how deserts shift, and how ice sheets grow and shrink. Together, these long, slow variations, known as Milankovitch cycles, are part of Earth's quiet heartbeat. They move too slowly to feel, too gradually to witness, yet they guide the planet's most dramatic transformations. Entire eras of climate rise and fall because of these ancient celestial rhythms. But cycles do not end there. Earth's magnetic field, generated by the swirling of molten metal in the outer core, does something mysterious. It flips. North becomes south. South becomes north. These geomagnetic reversals happen irregularly, sometimes separated by hundreds of thousands of years, sometimes millions. And during each reversal, the magnetic field weakens, allowing more cosmic radiation to reach the atmosphere. Rocks record these events as magnetic signatures frozen in their crystals. They are quiet markers of a world constantly in motion, even when it seems still. Beyond magnetism, the crust itself has cycles. Supercontinents form, break apart, drift, and come together again like slow-moving petals, closing and opening over geological time. Pangaea was not the first, nor will it be the last. Before Pangaea came Rodinia. Before Rodinia came Nuna. And millions of years from now, the continents will reunite once more, perhaps, into a new supercontinent scientists call Amasia or Pangaea Proxima. Imagine the world shifting over hundreds of millions of years, mountains rising where seas once rolled, deserts forming where forests once grew, ice sheets spreading over land that was once tropical. Even ocean currents follow long cycles driven by changes in temperature and salinity. Water sinks in the cold polar seas, flows along the ocean floor, rises in warmer regions, and returns in a global loop that can take 1,000 years to complete. complete. This vast conveyor belt of water, called thermohaline circulation, helps regulate global climate, carrying heat across the world in deep, silent currents. In some places, vast volcanic events release enormous amounts of lava and gas over thousands of years, forming large igneous provinces that can reshape climate and ecosystems. These events occur rarely, but their influence can echo across ages, leaving imprints in rock layers like punctuation marks in Earth's story. All these cycles, orbital, magnetic, geological, oceanic, are threads woven into the tapestry of the planet's past and future. They move too slowly for human senses to detect, yet they guide the ebb and flow of warmth and cold, sea levels and shorelines, forests and plains. And through all of this, the Earth remains calm, patient, steady. As you rest, think of yourself floating within these ancient rhythms. Just as the planet changes softly, gradually, over long spans of time, you too can allow your thoughts to soften, to drift, to settle into peaceful stillness. As we arrive at the final step of this quiet journey, imagine the Earth not only as a planet of stone and fire, but as a companion that has been traveling through the universe for billions of years. It turns beneath you with calm steadiness, carrying oceans, forests, mountains, and life through the silent darkness of space. While you rest, the planet continues its ancient rhythm, slow, patient, and endlessly peaceful. Picture yourself lying under a night sky. The air is cool. The ground beneath you feels solid and comforting. Above, the stars glow softly like tiny memories of distant suns. Some shine with the color of blue ice, others with the warmth of old embers, but all of them are ancient. Many were burning long before Earth even existed, and yet here you are, resting on a world shaped by their dust. Every element in your body, carbon, iron, calcium, oxygen, was forged in the cores of stars, some in gentle stellar winds, some in violent supernova that lit up the universe with unimaginable brilliance. The iron in your blood was once part of a star that exploded long before our sun was born. The atoms that make you who you are have traveled across eons, across galaxies, across the slow unfolding of cosmic time, and eventually they found their home on Earth. Think of rain falling softly through the leaves. Think of rivers winding toward the sea. Think of mountains standing watch beneath an endless sky. All of this is built from the same cosmic dust that forms your bones, your breath, your heartbeat. You and the Earth are made of the same ancient light. As the planet formed from swirling clouds of rock and ice, collisions created heat that melted its interior. Slowly, the world differentiated. Heavy metals sank to the core, while lighter minerals rose to form the crust. The oceans condensed from vapor. Atmosphere gathered. Volcanoes erupted. Lightning struck. And somehow life began. From that point forward, geology and biology have danced together. The rise of mountains influenced rain patterns. The formation of continents shaped migration routes. Volcanic eruptions changed climates and redirected the flow of evolution. Meteor impacts reset entire eras, clearing paths for new forms of life. The Earth is not just a stage on which life exists. It is an active partner, shaping the story with every shift, every cycle, every quiet change. And yet, for all its power, the Earth also offers rest. The warmth of sunlight on stone, the gentle hush of waves on a shore, the cool scent of forests shaped by ancient soils, the soft hum of insects carried through summer air. Even the night, filled with silence and starlight, is a gift from the slow rotation of the planet, returning gently beneath you. As you breathe in, feel the calm of deep oceans. As you breathe out, feel the steady rhythm of ancient mountains. Let the vast patience of the earth settle into your thoughts, because the truth is this: you are part of the planet's story, a quiet chapter in a book billions of years long, a moment in the long, beautiful continuum of geology, life, and time. As this journey comes to an end, allow your mind to soften completely. Imagine the earth holding you with its gentle gravity, keeping you safe, grounded, at peace. The same forces that shaped continents and carved canyons are holding you now, as softly as a lullaby. Let yourself drift. Let yourself rest. Let the calm of the ancient world carry you into a deeper sleep. Thank you for walking through these quiet wonders tonight. May the rhythm of the earth stay with you, soothing and peaceful, long after your eyes close. The journey is complete.